What is up, everybody? This is going to be a trade review. Now, you probably noticed these aren't the biggest, most badass trades I've taken and posted on this channel. That's not the point of this. This is going to be about trade management. I still frequently get messages on how do I place my stops, how do I manage the trade, where are my targets. We're going to go into this video, much like all my other trade reviews, but I'm going to put a little more emphasis on the management perspective and why I manage the trades I do. And also, I want to put the misconception of scalping to rest. I'm not out here trying to take $25, which is 2 ticks. I'm not out here trying to take 2 ticks. I'm not out here trying to take 3 ticks. These are trades that weren't working out, so I fucking cut them, and I happen to make some profit on top of it. And we're going to get into that. But before we do, I want to talk about, I have a question for you guys. What kind of content do you guys want to see more of on this channel? And we're going to kind of talk about this for a minute. For those of you who don't want to hear it, don't care, you just want to see the trade reviews, link in the description for the time slot where the trade review is going to start. So if you want to just see the trade reviews, look in the description. I'll give you the time slot. So I want to know what kind of content you guys want to see, because when I'm looking at my videos, I'm a little confused. For instance, like there's videos where it's just pure trade breakdowns and analysis, and then there's videos where I just talk the whole time. And there's videos with a combination of both of them, kind of like this video. I notice the videos where I'm talking gets more comments and more views than the videos where I break down trades. For instance, Should I Day Trade has 160 views, whereas my Double Homers video only has 119 views, and I think that's a great fucking video. Granted, this Dealing with Emotions video only had 95 views. I guess that's an exception, but like the Pathway to Successful Trading, this subscriber video had 218. I knew this one would get a fuckload. My Jigsaw Settings, 256. Whereas you're looking at other videos like this, Market Conditions Are Changing, and this 20-minute trade. Both of these are raw breakdown videos, but the views on them are way less. So it seems like basic information or tutorials or just me talking, those seem to get more views and more comments. However, I know that a lot of you guys, at least in my mind, I think a lot of you guys are here to watch me break down trades. That's what I think, but statistics don't show that. So I'm a little confused, and I want to know, what the fuck do you guys want to see? I'm not going to stop doing trade breakdowns. I'm not going to be one of those guys with the channel who just talks on every fucking video and doesn't show you any fucking thing that's going to help you. So I refuse to do that shit. I want to just keep cranking out these breakdown videos, but they just don't seem to perform as well. And part of the reason, I think, is I talk to quite a few traders that come from this channel, and a lot of them are new. A lot of you guys are newer traders, or you're getting into this and you just simply, maybe what you see in these trade breakdowns is way too fucking confusing. Or if you're experienced, maybe it all makes sense and you don't have any comments or anything to add on top of it. As far as commenting on videos, it doesn't really bother me that much. I'm not trying to get all these likes and comments. That's not an objective of mine. If you like it, you like it. If not, you don't. And just watching how rapidly my subscribers are growing, I'm doing something right. I'm just trying to figure out what I need to do more of to continue that growth, because obviously I want to leverage this channel for some sort of monetary gain. It just makes sense. Plus, I do give out good fucking content. Like, You guys fucking tell me. Like, everything in my channel has been like positive shit. Everybody tells me how good this shit is. I don't hear any bad stuff. So I just want to figure out what I need to do more of. Like, so please enlighten me. Anyways, so this has got to be wrong. 2 weeks ago, I swear this is 2 weeks ago, I put up this important channel announcement video about how I was going to put out less content. Now you may be like wondering, why are you putting out this video? And you also put out this should I day trade video after that. Okay, I get it. You know, it looks like clickbait. That wasn't the intentions of that. So I just want to be upfront and transparent about that video. I was working on a course, and it had to meet my standards. I was using these animations, and it was going to be really good, solid shit. And, you know, it makes sense for me to put something out there that's not garbage, and to not a garbage course that actually gives you good value. Make it at a good price, not sell the motherfucker for $1,000 or some stupid shit like that. You know, I wanted to give you guys like a good course. If you're a beginner, that's what it was going to be, was a beginner course. Because a lot of the shit on my channel is kind of old, like how to read a DOM video is fucking 2 years old or something like that, which that's the most popular video. And that's probably why you came to this channel. But a lot of the shit in my channel is kind of like random, and there's no structure that takes you from A to Z. And I wanted to create it. I wanted it to be visually stimulating with animation. And I wanted it to just make fucking sense. And, you know, I was working on this shit, and I'm like, you know, I can't be producing content and working on this. In the end, the course was going to make me money, where putting out content wasn't going to make me money. I haven't added monetization to the channel yet. I just don't see any point in doing that right now until I get a lot more subscribers, if I choose to even do that. However, the course files ended up getting deleted somehow on accident, and I just realized that it was taking way too much fucking time. And it was a bigger project than I had fucking anticipated, and that's how things usually seem to go. It's kind of like, you know, you're going to want to work on your car, you know, you're going to put a part on it, maybe a new starter, or do something else, and you think, hey, this is only going to take about an hour, 2 hours, and it ends up turning into a fucking 3-day project. Same shit when it comes to creating content. It ends up taking a lot fucking longer than you thought. I've literally spent an hour restarting this video because I don't like the way it was going. So this is like the 10th fucking time I've tried to do this video. Just to give you an idea of what the fuck's going on my end. But as far as the course thing, you know, I had a plan B. I'm not going to do a course. I don't plan on doing anyone anytime soon. I may never do one. I don't fucking know. But I do plan on doing something else. I had a plan B. I'm working on that. I'm working on it every day, and I'm making pretty good progress with it. Of course, there's a few issues that always tend to rear their heads, you know, a little, you know, I'm looking at this platform, because I'm looking at platforms. I'm looking at different platforms that aren't just YouTube to do certain things on. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is that I'm working on, because I don't want to give you guys a false promise and the whole fucking thing just ends up being like the course, and it's not worth my time. But in the end, I want to give you guys more good free content on a consistent basis. Maybe not more content, but I want to be more consistent about bringing content. I want to do at least a video every week on a consistent basis, or 2 videos every week on a consistent basis. I want to give you more shit. I want to know what you guys want to see. In the meantime, I'm not going to be able to do that right away because I'm working on this project. So what I put in this thumbnail holds true. It kind of looks clickbaity because I'm putting out content. And it's because I have 700 subscribers. And literally a month ago, I was at 500. The momentum's picking up, and I want to continue that momentum. So I realize, hey, I need to put out more fucking content. So that's kind of what's going on. I'm going to continue to try to put shit out. But again, it's not going to be as consistent, as frequent as I would like, because I can only do so much shit during the day. Literally, I work from the moment I get up to the moment I go to bed. And then there's times where I need to hang out with my family or whatever. So it's just like all my time, all my free time goes to my project and my trading and dealing with traders outside of all this shit. So my workload's huge. But anyways, again, just please let me know what you want to see more of. I just want to let you guys know what's kind of going on here so you have a fucking idea. And let's get into this shit. So, let's look into the first trade. This is a playbook trade. It's a pivot breakout. I don't take pivots all the time. It's got to be a certain pivot. This one seemed pretty good with the way it's set up. Unfortunately, I don't have a chart up. So, I mean, this is a chart, but I don't have Sierra charts up and running, so you can't really see what's going on. But the way that this market sold off right here, it was being held up back here, and we pivoted on it twice now, right up in this 85 zone. So for me, that's a good long. And this is going to be the third test of it. So usually the third test has a higher probability of more momentum coming in to get the move going. So, I mean, the way this pattern is, it's the pattern that I play. It's the Z pattern. It's got nice pivots in it. So I'm looking for a breakout here. And it's going to be, I mean, it goes against me 3. It goes in my favor 5 on this trade. I only take 2 ticks off of it. Again, we're going to kind of look at the management perspective on the deal. So here's the deal. I'm getting a lot of blue tape on the mid-size. So if you're not familiar with how I'm reading tape, you need to go watch my this video. Where is it? You need to watch this how to read a tape and time and sales video. You need to go watch that first. Anyways, so the tape's all blue. It makes sense to go for it. But then you got this mid-size 24 printing in, a 26 printing in, so sellers are clearly stepping up here again. But did I fucking get it? Yeah, it gave me the fucking fill. But that tends to happen at times. It's weird because this particular trade, it came up and then just my market order triggered. But the bar hasn't printed up there. However, so now what I'm doing is I'm watching this tape, okay? So now it's against me 2 ticks. That's not good. There's a high probability we come up into 85, 75 and have more orders print up here because we already did that once. So it should do it again. And the tape isn't going against me at all. And the thing is, I have these auto stops that come out, what is it, 6 ticks down? These stops are for if the internet goes down or I fucking freeze up and don't manage the trade properly, or if the trade immediately just goes against me quicker than I can fucking react. That's what that stop's there for. I'm not trying to let this stop get hit at all, because if I let that stop get hit, it's $62.50, or I'm sorry, it's $75. Right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's $75. So that's an emergency stop. And that's the most I will ever risk in a trade. If I don't cancel the fucking stop, which is a terrible habit that I've been working on, and I'm a lot better now than I was at the beginning of the year. So I'm really good about just maintaining that stop. and not moving it if things get nasty. But the thing is, if I just let this trade ride, so this is about watching this trade ride. So you have these blue, the mid-size is printing in blue, and I'm watching both of these tapes, mostly this one on the right, which is filtered for 20 or more. So it's starting to go against me again. That's not a good sign. And it's you still have a bunch of retail buyers coming in trying to push it up. And now it's at my spot, and it just clicked up again. So, boom. And then you have a bunch of fucking block orders. Slam it. It's good to go. Trying to work a target. So as far as placing targets go, you don't fucking get what you want most of the time. I'm just letting you know that right the fuck now. So this 87.75, I want to get out of it because there's 208 there. And I know that the market's probably going to stall on that price. So I'm going to front run it. Of course, the market slams back down. So you had these blocks that got everything cooking, and that's good, right? But sellers are stepping up with some decent size. And all of a sudden, you got this 226. You also, not all of a sudden, but you also have this 226 here, which that's going to be a problem just to get through. So now I have way more selling coming in on the mid-size tape. So at this point, it doesn't look good. You had these block orders come in, and we weren't able to get through this 87. Aggressive buyers didn't clear out this level, and now you have quite a bit of aggressive selling coming in. So for me, this was not worth it anymore. It's starting to fail. So now it's on top of me, and I just take the fucking trade off. So now you can see how the tape was transitioning from mostly blue to red. Now it's starting to transition to mostly red. And again, I was long at that 85.75 right here. So let's go ahead and fast forward it and see what would have happened. So of course it would come back against me a few ticks and chop, right? And then boom. That would have stopped me out. Okay? So this is why running hard stops, putting a hard stop or a hard target is not managing a trade, in my opinion. That is not fucking managing a trade. Okay? Had I took that trade and just let it run my stop, I'd be down $75. But instead, I'm up $25 because I managed the trade. I listened to the market, and if you want to listen to the market, watch your fucking tape. Your tape will tell you when to get out and when to get in. Sometimes the tape isn't always right. Sometimes the tape does weird shit, but for the most part, the tape will tell you what to do. Sometimes the tape will tell you to get the fuck out of the trade, and then it ends up working out, and that's kind of frustrating, but that's part of the fucking deal. I let two really good trades. I passed up two good trades because I just didn't fucking react quick enough, but I missed two great trades that one would have yielded me 187 had I fucking took it, because it worked out so beautifully. I'm like, man, I should probably take that trade, but I just didn't fucking do it. There's going to be times where you miss fucking trades or you get out of trades that ended up working out really well. And then there's times where you get out of a trade and it fucking ended up not working out well, but you took a little something off the fucking top. That's how you stay in the fucking game. Putting in a hard stop, first and foremost, your stops. Most of the time I take a trade, even though I have these playbook setups, I would say 50-50 they don't work out, or they don't work out as good as I was hoping. Most of the time, they don't work out as good as I was hoping. Of course, I'm trying to get as much as I can out of the fucking trade, but sometimes they just don't work out as good as I would hope. And this is a prime example. It was up 5 ticks, but that's not why I was getting into it. I was hoping that it would come up to this fucking resting size at 89. And I was actually trying to get you. Where the fuck was I trying to get out at? And the thing is, I'm not looking for profits before I get in these trades. I look for them. I start to look for the profits after I get in it, and that may seem a little fucking backwards, but again, I'm momentum scalping, so I'm scalping before momentum, and that's pretty challenging as is. And as you can see, this trade did have momentum, and I did get into it a little too early, but it had the momentum because I knew there was a high probability there was going to be momentum there, so I took it, and the momentum just fucking died. It didn't go as far as I was hoping. So theoretically, if I fucking let that had stopped me out, I'd be down $75. So I'm going to put that in a calculator. $75 if I had just let that ride out into my stop. And again, putting a stop in a profit target is not managing. You have to listen to the tape. If I let these trades hit my stop all the time, because sometimes I need that much for a trade to work. Sometimes I need about 5 ticks for a trade to fucking work out. Sometimes I need 3 ticks. Like this particular instance, I needed 3 ticks for it to work out. This one I needed 1 tick to work out. This one I had 0. Hell, the other day I had 2 trades that worked out really well, but it took 5 ticks on both of those trades to work out. But at the same time, there's a time and place where I let it ride to the stop or I don't. It really depends. It's so discretionary. It depends on the fucking setup. It depends on the volume. It depends on so much shit. So this next trade is a playbook trade I call the Raging Bear, which this particular one is going to be at, well, I go short at 81.75 down here, and at 120. So yeah, let's look at it. So the reason I go short was just that price was being held up. You can see that there's definitely major support at 82. I mean, it just keeps bouncing the fucking price off. But it's also near sort of a point of control. This whole deal, the way everything was laid out, was a little weird and funky. So this was a tough call. And I didn't short the market here because of the fact that it was support. I'll show you why I shorted the market. It's called the Raging Bear. It's a playbook setup. And again, it's about to come in. So notice we have this big block. And then you have all these mid-sized cells, right? So you got this block cell of 123, and then you got all that. And it's kind of close to this support zone. And then, boom, they do it again. You have 107 come in. So the fact of the matter that somebody is banging block orders in right near this support level tells me that I should probably go short here, because there is a very large seller stepping up to the plate who's pushing it onto that zone. And if it's going to let go, there's probably a bunch of retail orders under here, and the stop's going to get triggered. So it's hard to react to these. Again, you have this 108 come in, so that's what the Raging Bear playbook setup is. There's also a Raging Bull. You just see this in blue. So the Raging Bear is when you see a shitload of block orders hitting the market one after another. And it's near like a key area where there could be a blowout, some sort of support or resistant area. And again, you got this 135 come in. I fucking go for it. And I try to market order it. It fucking queued me up. Now it's coming back on top of my head, which kind of sucks. But it tags me in. pretty nice, pretty beautifully. It doesn't even go against me. It looks like there it goes. Now it's going against me one. Now it's not looking so fucking good. There's 255 bids holding the fucking market up. And you're starting to have blue print on the mid. But sellers are stepping back up again, which is great. This fucking bid is starting to erode away. I should be able to ride it to that 80.25. As you notice, I wait for the trade to get away from me a little bit before I go put out a target. And again, as a momentum scalper, I don't look for the target. I'm only looking for the momentum blowout, okay? The target comes later because most of the fucking time, you don't get the fucking target. I don't know how that works for you other traders out there who have experience. I don't know if you get your fucking target all the time. Probably not. The thing is, you're like, I want this price and this price only. Chances are it might get up to it and it'll be 2 ticks away and then it rolls over and then you let it come back on top of you. That's happened to me way too many times. I forget, maybe 2 weeks ago. I left 13 ticks on the table twice and let the trade come back on top of me because I was just trying to hold the fucking thing. And that's not my strength. My strength is finding momentum before the momentum. So that's what I do. I scalp. That's how I can be consistent if I don't do anything stupid. So easier said than done. So, I mean, I'm trying to manage the trade with the mouse. Of course, my left hand is covering a flat key on a macro pad. So I have 2 ways to get out of this shit if it goes wrong. And that's why I let the trade go in my favor a little bit. I'm like, where's a good target here? 80. 80 is a good target. It's a high node, and there's 278 that's been sitting here for a while. I'll take it off there. So why did I take it off so soon? That was stupid. Sorry, folks. I'm like trying to figure out why I did that. I'm watching the tape. You know, it's probably because of how it hesitated initially. Queue up on it. That wasn't even supposed to be a queue. Now you have buyers fighting back. It's not really pushing after these blocks came in, and that's a bit concerning. So I can see why I'm trying to manage the fucking deal. Watching the tape, you got these sells come in. That's good. More sells coming in. Put out a target. Get back up there to fucking try to manage a break even or a small loss. Boom. Nice block come in, but the market kind of ticks up. Yeah, that's what I didn't like. That 105 came in, and it didn't really push the market down. The market kind of came up. That's why I did that. Should have held it, because I believe it does break here. Let's see what happens, though. So you got quite a few mid-sized buyers coming in at this level. And also, it's a high node, and it just makes sense it would bounce here. It could have very well go through it, but at this point, you really don't fucking know until you see the interaction at 80. See, buyers are pretty fucking aggressive here. You can even see on the footprint how they're aggressively absorbing and fighting back. You know, a lot more. See how it's transitioned from a lot of red to blue. Now it's mostly blue on the mid-size tape. Look at all those blue orders coming in. They ain't making any fucking progress. Now they're flexing bids, larger bids and all that shit. And now you got this 224 here. It's like, is that real, or is that going to be, or is that just somebody providing liquidity? It's really tough to tell. I mean, there's so much hesitation and struggle. Typically, I don't want to hang around and figure out what's going on. But at the same time, I do, and we'll talk about that at the end of the video. I think it goes. Yeah, eventually goes, but after all that fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm short at 81.75 right here, so I'm sitting here and this thing's coming back up on top of me. It's like, what is it gonna fucking do? I don't know. Buyers are being aggressive. Clearly buyers are being aggressive, so it made sense to get out of it at the fucking time. It ended up working out. So, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just tell you guys now. So, this trade, honestly, trading with 2 contracts or more than 1 contract is a lot easier than trading with 1 contract, because if I was to trade 1 contract, I would scale out where I did on that one, and I'll just hold the other one for fucking break even, which it never got back to break even. And I would just hold the motherfucker to see if it would get through here. And once it does, I would take it off down here. And it would be a fucking nice big fat trade instead of this little shitty 37.50. So you're probably like, well, why the fuck are you trading 1? In your other videos, you've traded more than 1. You're right. In my other videos, I have traded more than 1. But the thing about it is, when you're trading more than 1, you can be a little bit sloppier about trades. And that's not good, because things can go wrong very quickly. See, the thing is, if you're trading with 1 contract, or you're trading a strategy where you're all in and you're all out, and you're like legitimately scaling out is the way to go. Okay, scaling out for profits is the way to go. As far as scaling out for loss, I think you just need to cut the whole fucking deal at once. Don't hold that shit. Unless you're trading large amounts of size to the point where you kind of have no choice. But for 99% of you, cut the whole motherfucker off. If the trade's not working, get the fuck out of there. Okay? So theoretically, this would have been a fucking nice one. And I could have nabbed it for 78 right here. Look how it stopped and chopped. I didn't, because I didn't trade 2. But that's what I would have done if I would have traded 2. And it would have been easier and more profitable. I know this. The reason trading 1 contract over 2 is more difficult if you're not scaling. Well, you don't have the ability to scale on 1 contract. The thing about 1 contract or trading all in or all out type methodology is, I'm just going to stick with 1 contract. The reason trading 1 contract is harder is because you need to be right about the fucking trade. And that's what makes it harder. You need to be right about the fucking trade. If you're trading 2 lots, you can be a little more sloppier, and you can scale out for these wins and shit. So, you know, if I was to take a fucking 3-tick win, I can afford to take a fucking 2 to 3-tick loss, and then I would be at break even. 2-tick loss, break even, that covers the commissions, right? So that's the advantage of trading more than 1. You can kind of hedge yourself. Like, I can afford to be wrong by 3 ticks after I scale off the 1 and still have a break even though I owe commission. So trading 1 is a lot harder because you have to you're trying to hit the best trades. Okay? With 2 contracts, you can hit lesser quality trades where you're like, I don't know if there's going to be momentum here, but it looks like it might work, and it starts to work a little bit, and you can take off 2 ticks or whatever for profit and see how the other one does. So you can be a little sloppier about taking lesser quality trades, but at the same time, it is inherently more fucking dangerous, because if you can't trade a 1 lot for shit, you have no business trading a 2 lot. Trading a 1 lot forces you to take higher quality trades and forces you to manage it the best you can fucking do. And really, you need to get good at that before you move on to 2 contracts. And I think it's a fucking fantastic skill to work on and to build. And that's currently why I'm on 1 contract. Plus, you know, with live trading, I'm not willing to risk 2 until I tighten up some of my shitty fucking habits. Because, again, I'm still a developing trader, and I still have bad fucking habits. But if I don't do stupid things, I'm a good fucking trader, and I know this. And I'm just trying to get better at managing the trade. Because I go through phases where I try to hold the motherfuckers for too long, and then I give back 13 ticks twice in one day, or I just don't manage the motherfucker for shit, and I just start letting them hit my stops. Some days I don't have it, some days I do, and I just need to be more consistent about managing the way you're seeing it right now. I need to be better at managing more consistently, because there are times where all you can do is scalp a few ticks, and there's times where you're going to hit really good trades all the time, and it is no 2 days are the same. It really depends. If it's low volume and you're up 4 ticks, you might as well take it, because unless there's some serious momentum and velocity and volume behind you, it's probably going to fucking fail. And just trying to figure out if it's going to run or fail, it's kind of luck at a certain point, because you really don't know who's coming in on the other side of your trade. I mean, shit, dude. That first trade, how did I know that those block orders would get it going up? Those blue block orders after I entered. I didn't fucking know that. I just knew there was a high probability there's going to be momentum here. I don't know if block orders are going to come in. I don't know if somebody's going to start reloading the fucking bid or offer and start absorbing the price like they were doing right here. Do I fucking know if it's going to... I don't know. All I do is listen to the market, and what is the tape telling me? Because that's what the market's saying at that given time, and it says get the fuck out of it. So I get the fuck out of it. The moment you get in this trade and you like think, oh, it's got to work, then you're fucked. You're fucked at that point. Okay? And putting on a hard stop and a hard fucking target in fucking management. That's not management. You're just sitting there fucking praying at that point. Because once a trade goes against you so far, you're not in control anymore. You're in control of the trade when it's on top of your fucking entry. That's where you're in control. You know, a few ticks behind you, a few ticks above you, that's where you're in control. Once it gets in your favor, 5, 6, 7 ticks, you can fucking let it ride a little bit more. You can breathe a sigh of relief, maybe scale one out if you're trading multiple contracts. So trading one contract forces you to take the best trades you can fucking take, and you have to do the best management possible. Whereas with 2 contracts or multiple contracts, you can be a little bit sloppier about that shit. But in the end, trading more size brings on more risk, and if you're not good at managing one contract, then you're not going to be any better at managing 2. I hate to say it. And all it does for me, it takes hitting that stop 2, 3 times. I'm really fucked at that point, because I'm giving away $75 each fucking time. I can't sustain that. That's a problem. So if I'm hitting my stop that many times, I'm not making money. There are days where I can only get 2 to 3 ticks, but I'm risking, fucking 6 for it. Right? 6 or 7, I don't remember. Yeah, I'm risking 6 ticks. I'm risking 6 ticks. Okay? Every fucking time. That's an emergency stop, though. Okay? I manage my way out of the motherfucker. And if it's not working, I'll take profits. I'll take a little bit of a lot of my trades, I take a little bit of profits because it's just not working out as good as I thought. I mean, I tried to let this shit ride, and it just wasn't working. Let's get into the last one. The last one works beautifully, actually. And these are the trades where I'm trying to hit these kinds of trades all the fucking time. These are the trades I want. Didn't even go against me. So this one, that's 16 after. So I get in a minute, and I go short at 70 even. So you got some blocks coming in. Beautiful. I don't remember the context of this, but the profile, the distribution curve was massive. You can see how it's, well, look how big it is. It has two VPOCs. Well, they're not both VPOCs, but the VPOC was shifting between these two prices. And then the way this profile's set up, it kind of trades a little weird in there. I'm not getting into that because that's not what this video is about. You got this high volume edge here kind of hanging the market up. Bunch of block buys coming in. And right down here, again, this is sort of a pivot, a major pivot zone. So I believe this is also a pivot breakout. But I'm not going to play this pivot exactly because there's quite a bit of size here. And I don't want to... Generally, if I play the pivot, I go one tick down. Not always. It depends on the day because there's certain days where it'll blow through a pivot by a tick and constantly rotate. There are days like that. So pivot trades are a little fucking tricky. You just have to identify if it's happening more frequent in that day. That's kind of why you got to be good about managing these fucking things. So right there, that's a good fucking deal. What happened on this particular trade, I knew that with the velocity of the move, that it was going to come down to 71, so I tried to get in it slightly early so I could get a free look. And what a free look means is you hit a trade right when there's momentum and you're up immediately. And this allows you to figure out if it's going to work or not. And if it's not, you can just bail out of it for a break even or a small loss. So I'm constantly trying to get the free look on these trades. I fucking wasn't fast enough. I missed that entry, which sucks. But, like, the thing is, I noticed, like, and the tape's loading up. And the thing is, these blue blocks came in, but they're getting the shit pushed in, and it's printing red. I know there's a high probability we're going to visit 71 again. So I'm coming in here. A couple of buyers causing a little bit of drama. And as soon as I see that, like, I fucking couldn't react to it. As soon as I saw all that fucking block selling, I'm like, get into it. And I fucking just didn't react. I legitimately, that's how slow that reaction was. I legitimately tried to get in before that move came on top of me. It just was too fucking quick. And look, it bounced right off that 360. Cancel that order off because at this point it's not even worth it. There is no more free look. So I'm not, if it comes back up there, it's probably going to bounce because this would be a Z pattern at this point. And if this starts to fail at 70.25, there's a high probability, an 80% probability it's going to go to the other side of the profile. So I decide I'm going to fucking play this size right here and try to get on the other side of it. Of course, there's massive amounts of absorption. You got this block sell coming in, which is good. And the velocity is pretty ferocious. And boom, right there, just fucking yoinks. And it has all these blocks coming in. And it's like, how do I know these blocks were going to fucking come in? I didn't fucking know. I got lucky. So it did very well. I've taken this type of trade lots of times. And there are times where this doesn't fucking happen. I don't know there's some guy going to blow blocks into the market like that. Yeah, they were doing it, and it looked good, but it looked good on the previous trade, and look how that got hung up. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, I'm taking the motherfucker off the table because it immediately, let me see why I took that shits off the table. Actually, look, see how it climbs back up? I actually nailed the bottom on that fucking trade. So, like, I mean, look at it. It just fucking goes. It keeps going up. So I nailed the bottom of that fucking trade. Why did I get the fuck? I mean, that's the point where the momentum scalp comes in clutch. Like, I took that trade, everything it had, it was worth. You know what I'm saying? Does that happen all the time? Fuck no. Will you ever get to the point where you can do that consistently, where you're nailing tops and bottoms? Fuck no. Sometimes you just get lucky, man. I don't fucking know if it was going to rotate. If I was holding 2, I would have definitely broke even on that second one. But the previous trade, I would have picked up extra. So that's kind of like, you don't fucking know. You really don't know, man. It just, you look at what I'm fucking doing, and the thing is, you don't know. All you can do is just be really good at managing these trades, and I mean, that requires order flow knowledge. Too fucking late on that deal. Think, like, look how quick I gotta think. I'm like, shit, I missed the opportunity. Is there another one? Here it is. And you're not gonna be fast. You're not gonna be fast at this shit. Managing quickly is really hard to do. Like, it's a skill. And you gotta take a lot of fucking trades to be fast at this shit. Look how quick I took profits before the motherfucker reversed. So, this was a stellar trade. Yeah, it wasn't the biggest, best trade in the world, but man, it was a good fucking trade. I can have a trade that gives me $150, but it went against me 5 ticks. That to me is a shitty trade, man. I had to sit in that much heat. I didn't nail it at the right spot. This one, I got it just right. The velocity, I mean, everything. The tape was telling me everything. It told me that these big block buyers are getting their fucking dicks pushed in by all these sellers. They come in, this shit's printing up or printing back down. You know, this didn't make a difference in the market. Usually blocks make a difference. In this case, I saw that. It's getting pushed down. Sellers are in control. The velocity of the move is huge. High probability that we're going to fucking double bounce here or at least hit 70. I'm getting ready to go for it. The tape needs to confirm the entry because buyers are coming in. Boom, I try to nail it there. A little too late. A little too late. It could bounce off this and just smash into my fucking queued position and just keep going up. I know that this is now looking like an 80%er. I'm canceling that shit, so here's the cancellation. If you miss it, fucking cancel it, man. Or if it's really starting to hesitate around your entry, get the fuck out and don't let it cue you in. Okay? If it's hesitating pretty badly, it's probably going to go against you. I don't have an example of that, but I'm sure in another video. Boom, a nice little block. A lot of absorbing, I don't like that. A little popping and chopping. Boom, there we go. I didn't know those blocks were going to come in. It could have came down by a tick and tagged me in and then started reversing. And then I'd have to manage my way out. This is where the luck part comes into play. And also, I did notice there was some size stacking up down here, and I'm like, man, it's probably time to get the fuck out of this. Also, it's a high probability. This is an 80%er. This move's a little overextended, so it kind of makes sense that if it gets through here, it's not going to just continue to run because it's been running for a while now. And that profile up there is so huge that there's a high probability it wants to pull the price back into it. So that's all the other shit I'm factoring in on top of this, on top of reading the tape. There's a lot of fucking shit I'm thinking about. So boom, fucking fluttering, boom, there it is. And I noticed there's size, just the size here seems a little stacked up, 195, 158, yada, yada, yada. It just, and it was hesitating there. It was literally stopping. I don't think it even fucking goes back down there. I literally nailed one tick above the bottom. Because if that trade was to run, I mean, so looking at it from the entry perspective, 207, 244. See that 244 there? So I'm seeing this shit, right? Boom. And I know it was there and it fucking halted the market, but it started bouncing the fucking market. And that ain't good. It's really stopping the shit in its tracks. So I know that by looking at this before we even got here, I mean, look, you got this 233 sticking out. You can just see it popping up there, 243. You have this 211. I know buyers want to stop this move. Sellers banging. And usually when sellers bang through resting size like that with a lot of fucking volume and the move immediately just stops, there's a high probability the motherfucker's going to reverse. You see that more so on tops than bottoms. But it's like, fuck, need to get out of here. It's stopping literally at the nick of fucking time right before the train runs you over. So, now the thing is, had I had some hard target way to fuck down there, okay, and this is like why you can't put in hard targets or hard stops, in my fucking humble opinion, if you're scalping. Had I had some target, I'm like, oh, I'm going to hold it for at least 8 ticks. Which I didn't get 8 fucking ticks, right? I didn't get 8 ticks. I got fucking 6 ticks. That's $75. Okay, I'm like, oh, I always have to take 8 ticks. I'm going to put in a profit target. It ain't going to hit my fucking profit. The trade's already over with. If you were trading 2 contracts, yes, but you want to take this one off as soon as the momentum's over. And that's the way I do it. If I'm trading more than one, as soon as that momentum's done, take the one off and then let the other one ride. But if you can't manage the one contract by itself, you're not going to be good at managing fucking 2, because you have to do double the fucking management. And it seems easier. It seems like you can hedge yourself. Yes, you can. And in the end, it's going to be a little more profitable. But if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get fucking killed. If you had a target of 8 ticks, this would have fucking stopped you out. Remember, my fucking stop is 6 ticks. Boom, would have hit my 6 ticks right there. I would have been down another 75. So if we're looking at the way I manage these trades, had I not managed my way out of that one, that's $75. Had I not managed my way out of that one, that's another minus $75, right? This one I made $37.50. It worked out. It would have worked out well. So theoretically, what if I let that $37.50 pick up another 8 ticks? You know, had I had a hard target there for 8 ticks instead of picking it, had I just let it ride. Okay, had I just let all these trades ride, I think this would have picked me up more than... Let's do the math. Let's do the math. Let's see what the day would have fucking looked like. So what did I get in on that one? 81.75. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That would have picked me up about 15, 16 ticks. But the thing is, that's if I managed my way out of the fucking deal. If you had a hard target of picking up 8 ticks, it would have been 100. So let's just say 15 ticks, right? That's 187.50, okay? So had I let that trade run out, it would have been 187.50, more than I made, right? But this trade would have hit my stop, so that's minus 75. This trade would have hit my stop. That's another minus 75. I'd be up fucking 37.50 for the day. So yeah, I could have made a lot more money on this trade if I had a target there, right? But if I let these 2 trades hit my fucking stop, I would have made $37.50 for the fucking day. Sure, this one could have made me more. But hopefully you see the importance of managing these fucking things. There's, you know, this would have hit my stop if I didn't manage my way out. This would have hit my stop had I not managed my way out of it. And that's if you're, and the thing is, and what I'm talking about is, if the chances of you putting in a hard stop, you're probably putting in hard targets too. Okay? You can see how I try to get hard targets and I just didn't fucking get it, like on the first trade. Sometimes that shit doesn't fucking happen. Sometimes it doesn't fucking happen. Sometimes you do get your target and then it keeps running. So that's the thing. When you're putting in hard stops and hard targets, you're not managing the fucking trade. The only thing you got going for you is fucking trying to get in at a good area where it's going to immediately work out, where the momentum's in your fucking favor. Because if you don't, look, I've fucking talked to people who are risking a lot more than they're trying to make. They're risking 3 to 1. Why the fuck would you do that? Why would you risk 3 to make 1? A lot of you guys fucking do that. A lot of you guys are risking more than you're willing to take off the fucking table. You're not cutting your losers, and you're not letting your winners ride. I mean, first and foremost, you need to know where to fucking get in on these things. That's a whole nother fucking ball game. Where I choose to get in to make these trades work out, I'm very picky and particular about it. The session, I traded 2 hours, and that's all I got out of 2 hours. So scalping isn't about just fucking... Granted, I let 2 really good trades. I missed 2 good ones, unfortunately. That would have turned this motherfucker into a $350, $400 fucking day. But I missed them. Oh, fucking well. There's always another one. And if you're concerned about you can't find other trades, then you don't have good playbook setups. I have so many playbook setups, I'm always finding trades. Yeah, it took me fucking 3 trades in 2 hours, but the thing is, theoretically 5, I just didn't pull the trigger. But the thing is, man, there's a lot, I consider a lot more trades, and I cancel off a lot of orders that you're not seeing because the tape isn't confirming it. I'm like, ooh, this might be a good setup, this might be one of my setups, but it may not work out because the tape doesn't look good on it. So I'm not fucking taking that. So had I had hard stops and hard targets of say 8 ticks, and I'm risking 1 to 1 on these deals, if I was risking 1 to 1 on these deals, I would be down money. So that's the difference between managing your fucking trades and putting out hard stops and hard targets. I don't believe in that shit. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't fucking work. It works in a certain context, okay? There's guys who trade successfully by doing that, but if you're looking at my channel and you're trying to fucking scalp, that shit ain't gonna fly. That shit is not gonna work. And if it does, show me how the fuck you're doing this, because you're probably seeing a setup that I don't see that works all the fucking time, which that's hard to believe because a lot of these setups, they don't work out as well as you thought. Half the time they don't work, and half the time they don't work out as well as you thought. And then you just get lucky. Maybe a bunch of blocks come in. All you can do is listen to the market. Everybody says, listen to fucking market. Listen to the fucking market. Are you listening to the market? No, you're putting out fucking hard targets, hard stops, and you're crossing your fucking fingers, and you're praying to God, and you're blowing on the market going, please go down, please go. And it's not. I mean, you're not doing shit. You're taking a fucking trade, but you're not managing your trade. Putting in a stop is not managing your fucking trade. It's just preventing it from getting worse. And that's the difference between fucking making money and not making money. I would definitely not be consistently up if I don't do what you just saw and manage my way out of these fucking things. And it looks like I'm taking 2, 3 tick scalps, but I'm not. That's not what I want. That's not what I'm trying to do. That's just what I get because it's not fucking working out, so I might as well try to take something. You know what I'm saying? Because I need to pad myself up for when it does hit my stop and I lose $75. Because that ain't good. I can take one of those. If I take 2 of those in a row, that's not good. That means I need a real big home run. So that's why my management is as tight as you fucking see it, and that's how I read the fucking tape to figure out how to get the fuck out of the deal. So that's a little bit management 101. If you guys disagree with me, that's cool. If it makes sense to you, awesome. But that's how I do it. That's how it works for me, okay? The trade's got to work out immediately. If this shit ain't working, I'm the fuck out of it. I'm a momentum scalper. I'm not a fucking sit and hold day trader. I'm not a position day trader. I'm not a fucking let it fucking hang out for 30. Some trades, yes. You know, I do take trades that may go on for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Yes, those trades do exist, but that's a special type of setup, and it all has to work out a certain way for those 20, 30-minute trades to go. And I ain't hitting them shits every week. So you know, this is what it looks like. A typical day, I'm struggling to hit a good fucking nice 8-tick trade, okay? This whole week's been struggle. I'm up this entire fucking week. I think I've taken 2 losing trades and 1 break even this entire fucking week. Okay? One of them hit my stop. The other was a minus 1250, and then I had, I think, maybe 2, 3 break evens. The rest were wins. Granted, they were all like $50, $37.50, $25, $12.50. I wasn't trying to fucking hit that. That's just what I was getting because the trade wouldn't fucking work out. But that's the difference between making the week a good week and having the week turn into a complete fucking disaster because you didn't manage your shit properly and you let it hit the fucking stop. You keep letting it hit the fucking stop. Don't let it hit the fucking stop. If you cannot manage, if you're not quick enough to manage the trade by hand, don't fucking scalp. Don't fucking scalp. You don't do this. This is fucking hard. You need to be fast and quick. If you're not fast and quick, then you shouldn't be scalping. You need to try to do so. Yes, you can scalp your way into certain positions where you can hold the trade for 30 minutes to an hour. Maybe you only want to take 2 trades a day, 3 trades a day. That's cool. Do that. Maybe use the scalping to your advantage to attempt to get into it. But in the end, if you want to just do momentum scalping, you better be fucking fast. And you better know what you're fucking doing. And the only way you're going to do that is through extensive amounts of practice. I've taken thousands of trades. Thousands of fucking trades. And there's certain days where I ain't there and I'm not quick enough and I don't react and I let it hit the fucking stop. And I'm like, shit, I should have known better. That stop's an emergency stop. Okay? I've had too many trades go against me fucking 20 ticks to where it's like, fuck, I should have just let it take out the 6 ticks I had there and everything would be great. And then I take a really good trade, but I'm still down and I would have been up had I just let it hit the emergency stop. I'm not saying let it do that, but this is the difference between managing and just putting in shit. And I'm sorry for banging the desk and making all this noise. I'm getting real hyped up. But anyways, that's it.